like Corleone when I'm mobbing. Let the beat drop in. I'm Floyd Mayweather if I'm boxing. I'm Los Angeles cause I'm dodging. Is it too shocking? A microphone rocking. A microphone rocky. I hear the tiger and y'all can't stop me. You're looking like a donkey. Waking up groggy. Your whole flow is soggy. I'm Mr. Miyagi. I'ma make the bottles pop, Donald Trump talk. And I'ma party till I drop, take my trunks off. And I'ma make the bottles pop, Donald Trump talk. And I'm a Donald Trump walk. 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 And I'm a so sick, yo, it must be the voodoo. Fresh shampoo, redo your new hairdo. Back new brews, cold brews, that's the dead truth. What my Twitter say, hashtag getting bread, dude. I'm getting bread, dude. It's ridiculous. And I'ma count stacks without witnesses. And I'ma make it rain millions. Then I woke up, ordered 2 Sicilians. By the smoke foggy, looking like a zombie. I do it nonchalantly and bounce like a jockey. Your posse wanna copy to meet me in the lobby. Or meet me in the street with a beat and get body. By the smoke foggy, looking like a zombie. I do it nonchalantly and bounce like a jockey. Your posse wanna copy to meet me in the lobby. Or meet me in the street with a beat and get body. I'ma make the bottles pop, Donald Trump talk. And I'ma party till I drop, take my trunks off. And I'ma make the bottles pop, Donald Trump talk. And I'm a Donald Trump walk. 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 And I'm a we taking this over. We gonna take it to the top, it's a jump off. We gonna make the bottle drop, Donald Trump.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to God Emperor Trump Live. I am your host, Tom Papper. Today is the first day of July 2019. And boy, what a weekend we had here in these United States of America. Antifa is running wild. They've gone feral, ladies and gentlemen, throwing concrete-laden milkshakes at reporters and protesters and proud Americans in Portland, Oregon, threatening acid attacks against free speech events in Washington, D.C. And now we have resurfaced or newly surfaced footage of Antifa going around chanting, Allahu Akbar. It's truly a fascinating time to be alive. The violence against journalist Andy was premeditated and attackers used quick, dry cement. A new threat reveals that Antifa is planning an acid attack against the D.C. free speech rally, promising to blind attendees. A suspect has been identified in the brutal assault against a man in Portland that left him with pieces of his skull missing. The author of A Queer Westerns Thing has deleted her pro-terrorist tweet and whitewashed her profile in the wake of posting favoritively about Antifa. Keith Ellison, the guy who held up the Antifa Bible. Remember, he's a top Democrat, Keith Ellison. He was also photographed with a Portland Antifa leader, and he has now deleted his pro-Antifa tweets in the fallout. The Portland mayor, Ted Wheeler, is shielding the Antifa terrorists from blame in his statement following the attacks and is instead blaming the Proud Boys who weren't even involved in last weekend's violence. Ted Cruz, Lion Ted, Beautiful Ted, is demanding a federal inquiry of the Portland mayor after the Antifa attack on the conservative journalist. We're going to show you that exclusive video I mentioned just a moment ago of Antifa shouting, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, smash these Nazi scum. And there is now a petition for President Donald Trump to label Antifa a domestic terrorist organization. We're going to show you some of what President Trump has said about Antifa in the past. Meanwhile, AOC is being AOC. She's very upset about those concentration camps you've all heard so much about. She threw a bitch fit during a visit to a U.S. Border Patrol facility. President Donald Trump has become the first president to ever enter the Republic of North Korea with Chairman Kim. We're going to show some of that video if you've missed it. The Democrat haters and losers, though, they're none too happy about it. They say that President Trump is siding with Kim Jong-un over the United States. They're insane. Meanwhile, Tucker Carlson got to go to Korea with President Trump, but John Bolton, the mustachioed war hawk, he didn't get to go. Wait till you find out where he did get to go. But we've got to start by talking about this horrific violence that should be rocking the hearts and minds of every normal human being out there. Andy Ngo. Antifa violence against journalist Andy Ngo was premeditated. Attackers used quick dry cement. And folks, I don't even think I'm allowed to show you video of this attack because it was so horrifying. But Antifa, I said it in a speech almost a year ago, they are the paramilitary branch of the globalist cabal. That's what they are. And if you notice, this was tactics. They were using battlefield tactics in this attack, where they start out with milkshakes that have quick dry cement, which can burn and adhere to your skin. So when you're blinded and disoriented, then the cavalry comes in to beat you and kick you and smack you and steal your camera equipment. And they don't care who you are. That should be brutally obvious by now, and I think it is to those of us actually paying attention. They don't care who you are. They don't care if you're a homosexual independent journalist who covers things from a nonpartisan perspective. They'll kill you. Andy could have died. He had a brain hemorrhage that's not guaranteed to survive. And that's his face after the beating. And he looks worse now, believe it or not, because he's been in the hospital for a few days. All the bruises have started. It's so horrifying. I don't even know what you can say to this, except to point out Antifa had a couple people arrested. I'm guessing they're going to get off without any charges. And another man was assaulted. I had to censor this image or we wouldn't have been allowed to post the article. It's up at Big League Politics. The alleged Portland Antifa man who fractured the victim's skull with a metal pipe has been identified on Twitter. This is the suspect on the left next to his brutal work on the right. You could actually, in the uncensored photo, see the man's skull through his head. The internet was horrified by shocking images of Adam Kelly, who had his skull fractured by a metal pipe during the violent protests in Portland over the weekend. And V-Dare now believes it has identified the suspect. They put out on Twitter. I'm going to actually take a risk and show this to you so you can see. Viewer discretion advised. I'll just say that. You can see there on the left-hand side of the screen his handiwork. And then the suspect is this Shaggy from Scooby-Doo looking individual. And you can see they have identified the suspect, the alleged perpetrator, as Joseph Christian Evans, seen during the Portland Antifa riot, assaulting Adam Kelly over the head with a metal pipe, sending him to the emergency room. The question remains, will Portland police actually do anything about it? The mayor indicated no. In fact, in the mayor's public statement, he said the police have been told to leave their handcuffs at home, which suggests nobody will get arrested and they're simply going to be beating the hell out of Proud Boys. They're not going to touch Antifa. They love Antifa. They are Antifa, not the rank and file cops, but probably the mayor. And then this is the new threat. It's gone viral today. I broke this at bigleaguepolitics.com. New threat. Antifa plans acid attack on D.C. free speech rally. Promises to blind attendees. You like free speech? Well, say goodbye to your eyesight. So a person utilizing artwork created by a Rolling Stone journalist who writes favorably about Antifa has threatened to attack attendees of the Demand Free Speech rally with, quote, muriatic acid, wax, and balloons on July 6th in Washington, D.C. The threats were made on the popular right-wing Telegram channel. A user with the name Pound on Your Boy has made several threats against the rally, prompting the co-organizer Enrique Tarrio to contact the FBI and DHS, who are now planning to provide additional security to the event. Over the course of 10 or so minutes on Friday night, the Pound on Your Boy account asked how the DC event is coming along and referenced muriatic acid multiple times. This is what he had to say. Let's go full screen on this. I just want to toss as many balloons of muriatic acid in the faces of as many Proud Boys as I can. I just want to blind as many of you cocksuckers as possible. These are actually his threats cropped down. How's DC coming along? Can't fight if you can't see. I just want to toss as many balloons of muriatic acid in the faces of as many Proud Boys as I can. I want to blind as many of you cocksuckers as possible. A nice balloon filled with muriatic acid covered in wax will do the job. Can even go OG with the super soaker like we did to people with piss. We already have the muriatic acid, wax, and balloons. Now, as if an acid attack were not already a horrifying threat. According to Tario, the threat is especially dangerous due to the use of wax. Muriatic acid can be purchased in virtually any pool store or home improvement store and is already dangerous with the ability to cause minor burns, but it can quickly be washed off with water. By combining the muriatic acid with wax, it will immediately form a film similar to candle wax on an injured person's skin. Tario explains that this could allow the burn to become severe, second or third degree, and even lead to the wax and acid entering the injured person's bloodstream and cause cardiac arrest. They want to blind you, they want to kill you, they want you dead. Enrique told me, it starts with milkshakes, then it escalates to what happened to Andy No. And now they're threatening us with acid attacks. All because we want to defend free speech in Washington, D.C. Tario went on to say that he will not be intimidated with these tactics of fear and fascism. We will celebrate our First Amendment without apology. Now here's where it gets good, ladies and gentlemen. I did a little digging, I did a little research, I did a little sleuthing. And while researching the Pound on Your Boy name and the cartoon profile photo associated with the Telegram account that made the threats, I was able to identify Twitter and Instagram accounts with the same phrase and artwork. The phrase and artwork were created by one Fagin Cunmunch. That's his real name. Don't zuck me, Facebook. That's his real name. Fagin Cunmunch. A Rolling Stone and Playboy journalist who repeatedly writes articles and social media posts favorable and sympathetic of Antifa. There you can see, that's it on Twitter. Pound on Your Boy. That's the profile photo used by the account. And Fagin has about 300 Twitter followers and 800 Instagram followers. Just saying. And you can see on the left there it says, no job, can't get laid, join the Proud Boys. When the entirety of human history has rewarded you with unearned privilege, it is your right to continue that meritless tradition. As a certified right-wing dipshit, you can worship billionaires, blame women for not fucking you, blame lazy, unskilled migrants for taking your jobs, demand you created civilization from comfort of your mother's basement. You can see his English levels are really high up there. Drink your buddy's piss, because why the fuck not, and be a martyr for your president. This seems like a direct call to violence to me. In fact, Fagin basically had it removed from Instagram. This is his Instagram, which has now been made private. I wonder why. So Fagin, this is the Pound on Your Boy. This is an Antifa symbol, the 3 arrows. You can also see it there. Stabbed the 3 arrows, shot him into the Proud Boys' pot belly. Which Proud Boys do not look like that. And here you can see this weird little lazy-eyed character that he drew with the Antifa design beating up a Proud Boy. Pound on Your Boy. Again, that is the same exact name, Pound on Your Boy, and the artwork used by the Telegram account that made the threats. Fascinating, is it not? And this is what Fagin wrote when he posted this. Repost before I'm gone. Once again, Proud Boy Trash and Instagram are trying to pull the on both sides narrative within the marketplace of ideas. Bullshit. This is not a debate. You cannot equate my art with a far-right hate group's literal calls for violence and organizing. Fuck the Proud Boys and their liberal apologists in Silicon Valley. Well, I don't know, Fagin. It sure does look like your art is being used for credible threats of violence. Continuing. When asked whether the Pound on Your Boy Telegram account belonged to him via direct message on Twitter, Fagin took 18 hours to deny it was his Telegram account. He informed Big League Politics that he is not on Telegram, but he did not provide comment on his art being used to make violent threats. And Tario, who is also chairman of the Proud Boys, confirmed that the FBI has been informed and they are looking into this. And you should see this little guy, this little Fagin cunt munch. He's freaking out over on Twitter because of this article. But it's his art. being used to make violent threats. It's his art. It's his slogan, pound on your boy. You Google that, all that's going to come up, well, now are all the articles, because everybody has been writing about this. It's gone totally super mega viral, and we broke it. I broke it. But you're not going to see, it's not a popular Antifa slogan, pound on your boy. Piss on your boy is a popular one, but pound on your boy is basically exclusive to Fagin. So it's just, he needs to repudiate the person who made these threats. He needs to come out and denounce the person who made these threats. That's what I think he needs to do. Now, did he do it? I'm certainly not saying that. But his art was used with the threat. And of course, Fagin, as I said, he works for the Rolling Stone. Works for the Rolling Stone, and he has an article. Actually, I should pull up his Twitter account, because he has an article where he's actually puffing up Antifa. Let's pull this up. Fagin Cunt Munch. So this is his Twitter account, where he's got more vaguely anti-Semitic art, if you can call it such a thing. And this is his latest from 2017 in the Rolling Stone. What the left can do after Charlottesville. After the violence in Virginia, the alt-right is forever fused with the neo-Nazi movement, and the left has been galvanized to fight. By Fagin Cunt Munch. And this is like a 2,000-word article where he instructs Antifa for what to do next. This is a major issue in 2019. Antifa is synonymous with left-wing media. They're the same thing. They love each other. And by the way, this guy tried to get one of the big Antifa doxing groups, It's Going Down, the Panic in the Discord, You Are Ninja, Unicorn Riot, and New York City Antifa. He tried to get these people to talk to me, to go and come after me and my publication. He's essentially targeting me. He's marking me for death, Fagin. I am adding them as there have been several false fabricated reports conflating rioters with violent behavior. Read the tags, read into the context. I've already said I didn't post threats, nor even knew what Telegram was until the article posted before I responded. Totally irresponsible. Fagin took 18 hours to respond to me. And I assumed that meant he wasn't going to respond. And so now he is targeting me. He's trying to get the It's Going Down. It's Going Down is a Antifa doxing website where they put out private details of private individuals. And for some reason, it's allowed on Twitter. Unicorn Riot is a alt-left Antifa group where they go out with a camera and they try to make the other side look bad. And, of course, New York City Antifa. They're allowed on Twitter. Anti-fascist research and action in the 5 boroughs. God, I love living in Kansas. God, I love constitutional carry. Amen, Jesus. Would never, ever, ever act violently, but it's nice to know I can protect myself. I'll just say that. Fagin Cunt Munch and his Antifa art. Fagin Cunt Munch. And of course, he's far from the only one to be making pro-Antifa statements on social media. Author of Queer Westerns deletes pro-terrorism tweet, then whitewashes her profile with puppy pics. That's right, cute doggos will make us all forget that you are an Antifa. Here's what she wrote originally. If we can't throw milkshakes, I guess we'll just have to go back to bricks. Well, considering the brick shake had quick cement in it, you're essentially throwing a brick already. It's a brick shake. Hugo Award-winning author Sarah Gailey posted a tweet on Sunday tacitly advocating for political violence against right-wing individuals, suggesting that the milkshakes being thrown at leftists ought to have been replaced with bricks. Now it's went viral because here you have a prominent leftist who wins awards. Just look at her. Doesn't she look like a prominent leftist right there? Don't you have nightmares of people who look like that? My God. Disgusting. Nasty woman, as they say. But it's gone totally viral, prompting her to delete her pro-terror tweet. But she is still posting Antifa propaganda, calling No a anti-Muslim, xenophobic, white supremacist adjacent individual. And then, of course, she makes herself the victim by saying this: "My mentions are rancid today, friends. I need your cutest animals to clear them out." That's right. It's all our fault. And she's Twitter verified. She's Twitter verified. A Twitter verified cuck account is tweeting threats of violence and advocating violence. And she's far from the only one and far from the most important. Here's Keith Ellison, photographed with Portland Antifa leader. And he deleted his pro-Antifa tweet after this came out. Keith Ellison. You remember Keith Ellison? He's the Democrat Attorney General of Minnesota. Keith Ellison, formerly the top Democratic National Committee official, he deleted his tweet supporting the radical left-wing network Antifa, which viciously beat, of course, No in Portland, made the acid threat, all kind of insanity. Ellison's association with the top Portland Antifa leader is now coming under renewed scrutiny. Ellison was called out for deleting his infamous tweet praising the Antifa handbook, which he held in a photo, as the book would strike fear in the heart of President Trump. This is the viral tweet. We reported on it a year ago back on this page. At Moon Palace Books, and I just found a book that strikes fear in the heart of @Real Donald Trump. The Anti-Fascist Handbook, posted the 3rd of January, 2018. Keith Ellison. What a nice guy, this Keith Ellison. Totally insane. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, while you've got top Democrats covering for Antifa, some are backtracking. You've got mainstream journalists who are creating artwork that Antifa then uses to make violent threats against people just trying to have a nice little rally. The Portland mayor is siding with Antifa. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler shields Antifa terrorists from blame in statements following attacks. Does he not look like a soy boy? Does he not look like he has an IV with soy just dripping slowly into his system at all times? What a sad little man he must be. Ted Wheeler. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler has finally issued a response following Saturday's rampage by Antifa that left several individuals brutally maimed. The far-left Democrat refused to address Antifa by name in his remarks. He wrote the following: "Portland has always been a beacon of free speech. We are proud of that history, but in the last couple of years, some have increasingly used their opportunity to exercise their First Amendment rights as an opportunity to incite violence. Over the weekend, some chose to engage in violence in Portland, which is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. We stand against all forms of violence, regardless of someone's political leanings. Portland police officers have the unenviable task of keeping the peace, something they refused to do over the weekend, I might add. It's a difficult job and hard decisions are made in real time. While we continue to learn more about what transpired over the weekend, we will keep you informed. We will do everything we can to make sure those who have committed violence are held accountable." But then it got better, because later in the day, he actually put out a statement saying, "Proud Boys and Antifa, beware. The Portland police have been ordered to leave their handcuffs at home." Now, the Proud Boys were not even present when No was beaten. Proud Boys had a rally over the weekend, but their rally was completely peaceful. And Andy was going to get video footage and coverage of what Antifa was doing, and as a result, they kicked the shit out of him. Poor guy. And it's because of this behavior on behalf of the pathetic Portland mayor that Ted Cruz is demanding a federal inquiry into the Portland mayor after the attack. And by the way, he's not a conservative journalist. Sorry, Dallas News. He says he's independent, and he doesn't necessarily like conservatives, Mr. No. Texas Senator Ted Cruz has called for a federal criminal investigation of an Oregon mayor alleging that he allowed conservative journalists to be assaulted by an anti-fascist group. Yeah, very nice propaganda there, Dallas News, during a weekend protest. This is what he had to say on Twitter. Let's just pull that up. "To federal law enforcement, investigate and bring legal action against a mayor who has, for political reasons, ordered his police officers to let citizens be attacked by domestic terrorists." Good for Ted Cruz. He's trying, folks. Lion Ted is trying. Lion. Lion. And then here's the exclusive video. It's up at Big League Politics. This came from Charlottesville in 2017, which Antifa loves to use as the moment that their movement really got to shine. Those evil Nazis got their shit pushed in. Well, here's what Antifa was doing back then. They were shouting Allahu Akbar Smash these Nazi scum. I think we might have an ad, so I want to make sure the ad plays first, and then we will go live with the video. 10 seconds. Don't you love pre-roll ads? It's a nice little video game that looks like it's promoting.
They're screaming Allah Akbar. They're screaming Allah Akbar. Yeah, we need that guy.
White, literally, allying themselves with real fascists. You know, if you want a rape culture, if you want misogyny, if you want an authoritarian dictatorship, I can tell you how to get it, Antifa. If you really want something to rebel against, bring in the radical Muslims. Keep shouting Allahu Akbar. See how it ends. You know, Hitler actually loved the Muslims. He bemoaned repeatedly that if only the Germans did not have such a weak Jewish religion like Christianity, if only they were Muslim, they could fight. It would be so much better. And it's because of stuff like this that there's now a petition which is getting thousands and thousands of signatures. It's up to almost 20,000 now. Demand President Trump label Antifa a domestic terrorist organization. I'm going to actually drop this in the comments right now. I rarely do this, but I would recommend you folks sign. So let's go back to it. As President Trump's first term comes to a close, Antifa organizations all around the nation have gotten more violent and depraved. They have burnt down universities, attacked the elderly, and even threatened acid attacks. Antifa continues to target their fellow citizens with acts of violence and intimidation in order to reach a desired political outcome. Recently, members of Antifa brutally assaulted an independent journalist who remains hospitalized with a brain bleed after being viciously beaten and doused in liquid concrete. Demand the White House and President Trump take direct action in labeling Antifa as a domestic terrorist group, full stop. Our nation's security and homeland are at risk until we are able to clearly define Antifa as domestic terrorists. End this madness. Almost 20,000 signatures right now, and I think it's going to hit its goal by the end of the 30-day period, the 30-day window that it has, which will prompt Congress and the White House to give an official response. And President Trump has chimed in on Antifa twice, once in 2017, once in 2018. Check out this from 2017.
How did he get in here? He's supposed to be with a few people outside. How about all week they're talking about the massive crowds that are going to be outside? Where are they? Well, it's hot out. It is hot. I think it's too warm. You know, they show up in the helmets and the black masks, and they've got clubs and they've got everything. Antifa! So on August the 14th, so that was it. And I said, all people, I love all people, everything, right? Now I figure.
Weak little men. I also have another one. Let's go pull that up. We showed it last week, actually, on the Friday night show. But I want to show you this next one as well, because President Trump crapped all over. It's a common theme for President Trump to tell the truth about Antifa. Antifa has been labeled a domestic terrorist group by the state of New Jersey, and it was leaked that in internal Department of Homeland Security documents, they say that the behavior of Antifa is absolutely that of domestic terrorists. But we need a public declaration from the Department of Homeland Security, from the White House, saying that is what and who they are. Let's watch this one. This is from 2018.
Democrat Party is held hostage by far-left activists, by angry mobs, Antifa, by deep state radicals, and their establishment cronies. You ever see what happens when they take the masks off Antifa? You have guys that look like they live with mom and dad in the basement. They live in the basement of mom and dad's home. You know what that is? That's the size of their biceps. But they wear the tough black outfits. Oh, I would never suggest this, but I will tell you, they're so lucky that we're peaceful. Law enforcement, military, construction workers, bikers for Trump. How about bikers for Trump? They travel all over the country. They got Trump all over the place. And they're great. They've been great. But these are tough people. These are great people. But they're peaceful people. And Antifa and all, they better hope they stay that way. I hope they stay that way. I hope they stay that way.
They better hope we stay that way. And folks, I hope so too. Because it would not be pretty. There would be even more blood in the streets than we already have should the right lose its peaceful nature. Should we decide to stand up and defend ourselves. I'm not talking about initiating violence. I'm talking about defending ourselves. If Andy had private security, which I think he will have now, he's raised $150,000+ on GoFundMe for the purpose of securing himself in the future, would not be pretty. And ladies and gentlemen, I am now in the crosshairs, as I said, Fag and Cunt Munch. He tagged all the bad guys. He tagged the It's Going Down, the radical Antifa doxing organization. So I need your help now more than ever. Please, at paypal.me/Tom Pappert. If you have $1 to give to invest in my security and my well-being, invest in the meme war, please do so. I sincerely need your help. Of course, there's also memesforamerica.com where you can get the viral I Like Beer Kavanaugh tee or any of our t-shirts that start at only $14.99. This machine preserves liberty. Come and find them. Expand Ice. Physical removal, perhaps the most pertinent shirt for this day's broadcast. Physical removal is only $14.99, sizes small through 3XL. It's okay to smirk. It's okay to be white. It's ma'am. So many great options, all starting only $14.99. Memesforamerica.com, paypal.me/Tom Pappert. We have hats, we've got t-shirts, we've got tank tops, everything you could ever want. Please, right now, more than ever, I need your support. These guys are coming after me. Quite literally. Tagging Antifa with my name right there because I did journalism. It's a bit frightening at times, and I do enjoy living in sleepy Wichita, Kansas, but it's only going to last for so long. Lucky I live behind 3 layers of security too, I'll tell you that much. And again, you are investing in this kind of work. You've seen this article in InfoWars. You've seen this article in Zero Hedge, Daily Caller, Breitbart, Summit News. Everybody is rewriting my article that I broke. And it is now rocking the nation that Antifa is planning acid attacks against the D.C. Demand Free Speech rally and promising to blind the attendees. Blind them with acid. That's what ISIS does. That's what the terrorists in the UK do. And now it's coming to the United States. And I truly do believe that knowledge is our weapon here. Tell these people what to expect. Tell these people to wear eye gear. If you're going to this thing, wear goggles or at least sunglasses. Something that the acid won't eat through. It's going to be hot that day. It's going to be 105, but wear layers so the acid won't touch your skin. And hope and pray that the FBI, which is providing additional security to the event, will do its job and do its job very, very well. Acid attacks in the United States of America. Milkshakes containing quick dry cement to burn people and beat them with heavy objects. It's paypal.me/Tom Papper. Please, folks, I do need your support, and it is sincerely appreciated. Memesforamerica.com. Get the viral Make Frogs Straight Again t-shirt. Hat. It is a t-shirt, too. And, of course, now that we've discussed the horrifying news of the weekend, the terrible state of our country where violence is running amok in the streets, the police are being ordered by their leaders to stand down, acid attacks happening, being threatened, Washington, D.C., artwork created by mainstream media journalists. The cat and I need your help. Please support us. PayPal.me/Tom Papert. Memesforamerica.com. Do we need their help? Don't let them get my kitty. All right. Now, the other big news from the weekend, which was much more fun, much more lighthearted. President Trump had a lot of fun, you could tell. At G20, he met with Vladimir Putin. You got to say it weird now. That's how the media says it. So you can't just say Vladimir Putin anymore. It's Vladimir Putin. He's a Canadian flavor of Poutine. He met with Vladimir Putin. He met with President Xi Jinping of China. And he met in North Korea with Kim Jong-un, Chairman Kim. Briefly stopped inside North Korea in the demilitarized zone between the two Koreas. First president ever to do it. If you haven't seen this is a good one.
Good to see you again. I've never expected to meet you at this place. If you Excellency take a step forward, you will be the first U.S. president to cross the border. Whoa, no.
Get out of the way.
Move. Here. All of you.
Hey.
Here.
Come on.
No.
Very good. Hey. Come on. Move. Wait till they move. Wait till they move. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The first president to step foot in North Korea ever. God Emperor of mankind, ladies and gentlemen. He stopped a nuclear war that could have destroyed the country. Even if it wasn't a nuclear war, even if it was just EMP, millions would have died. The direction that Barack Obama was leading us with North Korea. And now, President Trump is meeting with the Chairman Kim in North Korea. Planned it on Twitter. You do have to approve. Hillary Clinton said in that famous debate that dealing with North Korea would require seasoned diplomats. You couldn't just send a tweet. Well, is that not ironic? Is it not ironic? Let me pull this here. Pull this up. President Trump on Twitter. After some very important meetings, including my meeting with President Xi of China, I will be leaving Japan for South Korea with President Moon. While there, if Chairman Kim of North Korea sees this, I would meet him at the border/DMZ just to shake his hand and say hello. Hillary Clinton, it looks like you can just send a tweet. Nuclear hellfire and devastation that would have rotted the earth for future generations avoided with a tweet. Now, of course, the Democrat media was not happy about this. The globalist media, sad. Democrat haters and losers attack Trump for historic North Korea visit. President Donald Trump's historic meeting with Kim Jong-un in North Korea was met with ecstatic praise from his supporters and the American people, who are happy that we have less to worry about when it comes to potential nuclear bombs coming our way. But of course, Democrats who want President Trump's job and are far from getting to that level are trying to disparage the peacemaking. Elizabeth Warren said, "Our president shouldn't be squandering American influence on photo ops and exchanging love letters with a ruthless dictator." Bernie Sanders, "I don't want it simply to be a photo opportunity. The whole world's media was attracted there. What's going to happen tomorrow and the next day?" Julian Castro, as I've been informed his name is pronounced, he's doing it backwards. Biden spokesman, Trump is coddling Kim. Amy Klobuchar, it's not as easy as just going and bringing a hot dish over the fence to the dictator next door. Absolutely pathetic. And it is. They want war. They want war with Korea. I mean, a war with Korea would be devastating. We have thousands and thousands of troops just across the border, just by the DMZ. Entire towns would be wiped off the map, even if it wasn't a nuclear war. Just artillery shelling, just bombs, traditional bombs. Entire towns would be wiped off the map. 70,000 United States servicemen and women would immediately die in a fiery blaze. And President Trump is trying to stop it. You know who else isn't happy about it, I'm sure. We don't know. But I would bet dollars to donuts that Bolton, John Bolton, the mustachioed war hawk, the bandito, Bolton was undoubtedly furious about this. The President Trump is defying him and defying Mike Pompeo and the other globalist war hawks throughout the administration. I don't know if Pompeo is all that bad. I hear good news and I hear bad things. Good and bad things. But Bolton, while President Trump went to G20 and then went to Korea. You want to know where Bolton was, ladies and gentlemen? Mongolia. I don't think he's getting along too well with the God Emperor these days. But you know who got to go? You know who got to go with Trump? Tucker. Tucker joins Trump in Korea. Bolton doesn't get to go. BigLeaguePolitics.com. Look at that beautiful face. Oh, Tucker. Tucker Carlson joined President Donald Trump at the demilitarized zone in Korea during his post-G20 junket that included a meeting with Kim Jong-un. Trump entered into North Korea on invitation from Kim. John Bolton was not in Korea, instead taking a less historic sojourn to Mongolia. Mongolia. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I do want to remind everybody, before we get to you guys' comments, I have one more story I want to do, and I want to go and look at some memes with you guys tonight. But I do want to remind everybody that I need your support. Please, if you have the ability, the website is paypal.me/Tom Pappard, paypal.me/Tom Pappard, memesforamerica.com, memesforamerica.com, t-shirts, hats, tank tops, hoodies. I don't know why you'd want one right now. My God, is it hot. But get it all, memesforamerica.com, or send a direct donation, paypal.me/Tom Pappard. Thank you all so much for your support. It is immensely needed, and it helps me immeasurably. It keeps this broadcast going. It keeps the articles going up. It keeps the journalism going up. It keeps holding these Antifa sympathetic losers in the left, in the media. It keeps me holding them accountable. But we do have one more article for the night. Unhinged, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez throws tantrum during her visit to the U.S. Border Patrol facility. Oh, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, my beloved socialist queen. She's going to win us 2020. In many ways, it's going to be her and her insanity that's going to do it. And you should see, I mean, we're not going to look at it because I'm not giving her, I'm not trying to puff her up. But her Twitter account is full, absolutely full, of people talking about how, or her tweets about the horrifying situation there on the ground at the concentration camps. Alexandria Cortez reportedly demonstrated her lack of class and her lack of respect for the rule of law today during a visit to the U.S. Border Patrol facility. While visiting the facility in El Paso, Texas, Alexandria Cortez broke down and threw a tantrum, screaming at the federal officials, quote, in a threatening manner, and refused to tour the inside of the facility, according to reports. This is the tweet by Anna Giaratelli. Scoop, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the Democrat from New York, screamed at federal law enforcement agents in a threatening manner during a visit to the U.S. Border Patrol facility and refused to tour the facility, according to two people who witnessed it. Ocasio-Cortez immediately posted an account of the situation on her Twitter page, unverified by any evidence, painting herself as the hero and the federal agents as the villain. Just left the first CBP facility. I see why CBP officers were being so physically and sexually threatening to me. Oh, so they sexually harassed you too? No! The fiery Latina. Officers were keeping women in cells with no water and had told them to drink out of toilets, which is a blatant lie. This was them on their good behavior in front of members of Congress. Now that I've seen the inside of the facilities, it's not just the kids, it's everyone. People drinking out of toilets, officers laughing in front of members of Congress. I brought it up to their supervisors. They said officers are under stress and act out sometimes. After I forced myself into a cell with women and began speaking to them, one of them described their treatment at the hands of the officers as psychological warfare, while waking them at odd hours for no reason, calling them whores, etc. Now I'm on my way to Clint, where the Trump administration was denying children toothpaste and soap. This has been horrifying so far. It's hard to understate the enormity of the problem. We're talking systemic cruelty with a dehumanizing culture that treats them like animals. Something tells me she's not being totally honest. Just a hunch. I could be wrong. I doubt it, though. In fact, I'm not. Thank you to Joseph for your support at memesforamerica.com. Joseph bought the viral hat, Make Frogs Straight Again. This is the hat that got me banned from Facebook briefly last month because I wore it and made the OK sign. In fact, I was wearing almost this exact outfit. Let's replicate it. Let's see if we can fish for another ban here. That's about the face I was making. So thank you for your purchase, Joseph, of the Make Frogs Straight Again hat. It's up at memesforamerica.com, $23, and it is custom embroidered, very high quality. Got it available in the snapback with the curved visor and with the mesh back trucker cap style. memesforamerica.com, paypal.me/Tom Pappert. AOC is so full of shit, ladies and gentlemen. It's blatant fake news. People have been putting she says, oh, they didn't get shampoo. And then people go and they find the shampoo that they're given, which is the same shampoo at U.S. correctional facilities. They say, oh, they're drinking out of toilets. What it is it's one of those things like you see in prisons where it's a toilet and then on top of the toilet there's a sink. Safe space. Talking tiny cells. Tiny cells. So, no, she is a liar. I am sure. But President Trump, there's been all kinds of good memes that came out of this meeting with Chairman Kim. So on the left, you see the Virgin Peaker, Obama looking across the border through bulletproof glass, hides behind bulletproof glass, needs an entourage of military officials, needs binoculars to peek at enemies while standing 1 mile inside Allied territory, won't see enemies eye to eye to assert dominance, never leaves comfort zone, probably wears a bulletproof vest while standing behind bulletproof glass, struggles to hold binoculars up long due to weakness. And then on the right, the Chad Greeter goes into enemy territory unescorted while maintaining fully exposed posture to assert confidence, meets enemies on enemy territory, and is welcomed. Firm handshake melts the hearts of his enemies. Hostile leaders walk next to him and respect his authority. I do hope that President Trump is able to bring North Korea into the 21st century. I think that it is the best thing we could ask for the North Korean people. And of course, here is the meme without the Chad and Virgin. The Virgin Peak versus the Chad Stroll. So true. So true. I mean, really, oh, this is a good one. Anybody who cares about these people wants peace. At the top, Hillary Clinton. North Korea requires trained and experienced diplomats. Just sending out tweets won't work. On the bottom, Hillary Clinton in her nursing home. Motherfucker. And I like the top comment there. He says, that's Cody says, and that's why she wasn't 50 points ahead. Why am I not 50 points ahead, you may ask? Here's a good one. Friendship ended with allies. Now Kim is my best friend. Oh, such a beautiful time to be alive. Here's one for you from the debates last week. Biden, we should ban the sale of all guns that aren't smart guns. Cole writes, we should ban all politicians and replace them with smart politicians. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Just a bunch of Trumps and Ted Cruzes. I'd go for that. These are the faces of Antifa. The people who were arrested this past weekend. Only one may be a meme. Who the hell can tell anymore? There's another video of President Trump meeting Chairman Kim. So beautiful. So exciting, honestly. I think we showed this video already. Let's show it again.
Is in weapon making. I am going to make pull that bit all the way up. And you're done. It's fabulous.
Oy vey. I do have to say, is green face racist? I know blackface is racist. Whiteface is apparently not racist. Is green face racist? I don't know. Let's go read the comments now. Go check out what you guys are saying in the comments. Nick says, as someone who's been in a jail cell, that water ain't half bad. Just saying. Tulsi and Yang called them alt-right. That's true. I've seen that. The Aldous Huxley Bertrand Russell version of human isn't all that capable of... I don't know where you're going for there. Did they all eat dog together? Facebook making me grainy? I'm sorry. Laura Bush came out against the Border Patrol. That's pathetic. Trump is so awesome. So true. Orange cat good. She is. Tim says, my election night prediction was Trump would need to intern Antifa in FEMA camps in order to maintain rule of law. They're mentally deranged by commie psyops and tofu hot pockets. That type of mental illness isn't slept off, so expect more tomorrow. Very true. Very true. It's Lion Ted, Lion, or Beautiful Ted. Beautiful Ted. You can also do Beautiful Ted. Thank you to Joseph for your donation at paypal.me/Tom Pappert. Paypal.me/Tom Pappert. Welp, that honkler meme gave me the weirdest boner ever. I know what you mean, friend. Ian has her kid's feet on some freaky foot fetish thing. God wants you to read the comments. So true. Not the kind of cream pie I asked for. As an orc, I'm offended. Oh, I'm sorry. Joseph did not make a donation. Joseph made a purchase at memesforamerica.com. Let's see what Joseph ordered. Joseph Collins. What did he get? Did I get the same person twice? Maybe. No, that's a different one. Another memes for another Make Frog Straight Again hat. And thank you to V for Vendetta, who doesn't like his name mentioned, for your racist donation at paypal.me/Tom Pappert. Thank you so much. It is immensely appreciated. Go pull that up. PayPal.me/Tom Pappert and memesforamerica.com. PayPal.me/Tom Pappert, memesforamerica.com. Let's go back to the memes, ladies and gentlemen. It's always fun wrapping up. I got to give us a nice little refreshing taste in your mouth after telling you about the violent threat of Antifa, which is actually trying to get information about your favorite journalist here because I have the audacity to do journalism. And you should see, he posted our private communications on Twitter publicly, so I guess I could show you. In fact, I will show you the full conversations because he cut it out. So here you can see Bing. Here's my DM to him. Hi, I am with a conservative outlet and I'm currently writing an article about the use of your Pound on Your Boy artwork. Can you confirm or deny whether this is your Twitter account? Telegram account. What outlet and what use? Big League Politics. It was used in a Telegram channel last night. And do you mean, he sends back hours later, send link, do you mean Instagram? So I send him the article. A Telegram user who had artwork you created as his profile photo made threats against an upcoming event in DC. I can add an update with your comment if you want to review. And so he says, give me a sec. 18 hours later, he sends this big block of text to me saying that, he called me names in here. Why did he call me names? You should evaluate how you will align yourself with a group of Nazi-adjacent chodes and your station in life. And he says that I libeled him. Definitely did not. And he's still in this giant block of text. This giant block of text he sent me. He still didn't confirm or deny whether it was his Telegram account. So I ask again, is it your Telegram account? And he finally says no. Say, thanks, I'll update it when I'm back at the office. Do you have a comment on your artwork being used to make these threats? Says, I feel my longer response was adjacent. I find it hilarious you can't write a retraction given the shoddy journalism. It is even funnier that the Proud Boy dick beaters snitch on invented threats. Talk about snowflakes. And I just send back, the threat was made using your artwork. This is breaking news, and your comment comes 18 hours after my message. I appreciate your response, and we'll add an update with additional details shortly. He calls them uncorroborated reports. Well, the FBI calls it a reason to increase security for the Proud Boys. No, it's not even a Proud Boys event, I'm sorry. For the demand free speech event. That's what this guy doesn't get. That's what the left doesn't get. That has nothing to do with the Proud Boys. Everyone is going to this thing. I almost went. I didn't want to spend $700 going to D.C., but I was invited. It's a goofy little guy coming after me. Coming after me, folks. Trying to get me. Trying to send the It's Going Down folks after me. We had another order come in at memesforamerica.com. Thank you to Brian, who bought the Make 1776 Commence Again hat. Very popular hat, slightly less popular than the one on my head, but it's still a great decision. Make 1776 commence again. Memesforamerica.com. Thank you, Brian, for your support, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Let's go back and check the comments for a minute before we go find more memes. Link to merch. Gotta up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers. Thank you, Dan. God wants you to pet Orange Cat. God wants us to... I'm not repeating that. You Nazi. Well, I'm somewhat affiliated with the Proud Boys. I was basically a prospect, but they aren't even recruiting around here. Proud Boys aren't even bad. They are chill. They kept me alive before. Just remember, FBI agents, don't go for headshots. You will miss all vital organs. That's funny. That's pretty good. And true. Is this the same Brian? Yeah. Thank you, Brian. Let's go find some memes, ladies and gentlemen. Here's one for you. The blue line, Nazism. The bottom line, trap hentai. This is beyond science. So true. John says, I thought having a VPN meant no one was tracking my searches. PewDiePie meme. So hilarious. Look close. You can see the exact moment his presidential hopes die. So true. So true. My time is up. God, what a little loser. There's Trump goofing on Antifa. Oops, there's last week's show. Which means it's time to go to God Emperor Trump Official, the official Facebook group of God Emperor Trump. Over 22,000 members. Let's see what we got here. Dallas to install LGBTQ-themed crosswalks in Oak Lawn. How many times do they have to learn? That's a terrible idea. Jesus. Somalia. Frank is trolling. Happy Independence Day to Somalia, our greatest African ally. Support your local Somali restaurants today, even if you have to drive all the way to Minnesota. Special thanks to Obama for giving us the gift of more diversity. Top Keck. Here's the HuffPost take on the weekend's events. Far-right extremists wanted blood in Portland streets. Once again, they got it. And in their photo, a gay journalist who writes not negatively over Trump supporters all the time. Oof. What is happening here? I'm tired of white women. A tan shouldn't make you this fucking dark. Y'all are literally using tans to make yourselves look black for the aesthetic, and it's so disgusting. My skin is not an aesthetic. My skin is not a fashion statement. Okay, crazy lady. What's happening here? I would love to know what country that's from. Huh, that's hilarious. More than 1/3 of voters want Bernie Sanders to drop out of the 2020 presidential race, poll shows. There's that woman again. If we can't throw milkshakes, I guess we'll just have to go back to bricks. Isn't the left stunning and brave? Nobody companies on July 1st. Non-homo milk and straight tea. That's not bad. Uh-oh. Here it goes. What's happening here? California is named after a black queen. Press X to doubt. Oh god. That was bad. Shouldn't have been on screen. Zuckerberg's going to come after me for that. Women aren't the only people who get abortions. If you say so, lady. God, another HuffPost take. Stunning and brave. Huffington Post. Yeah, what was it John Cena was saying? Oh yeah. What's more beautiful than fireworks this 4th of July? A diverse America. Cheese and rice. What's happening here? Well, that's horrifying. President Donald J. Trump walking across the North-South Korean border circa 2019. Colorized. Not bad. Not bad. See if more will load. Seem to be having... There it goes. What's happening here? When this photo was taken back in 1987, both Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi were members of Congress, blaming Reagan for all our problems. 32 years later, both are still in Congress, except now they're blaming Trump for all our problems. Boomer, but true. Very, extremely, 100% true. Let's go check your comments again, and then I've got to go write another article about Antifa doing something else crazy. So we're going to go check your comments. Cali was named after a fictional place created by a Spaniard near the Philippines. True. Rebellion against tyranny is obedience to God. True. Senile fucktard Biden. That's so true. I'll be in D.C. for you, Tom, and everyone else that is getting censored as well. Like. Discount code for my website. Not tonight, my friend, but soon. Just remember FBI agents' headshots. Not hit vital organs. So true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to go another 30 minutes, how I do sometimes, but Antifa's doing crazy stuff again, and I want to write an article for about it. And so we're going to go to God Wants You to Wear a Hat, and then we'll follow up with About a Mile by Make America Great Again by the great Christian rock band About a Mile. I am Tom Pappert. This has been God Emperor Trump Live. Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm sorry. I was going to show you guys. Since I am cutting it short tonight, I was on Patriot Soapbox, the campaign show with Patrick Howley, phenomenal friend, editor-in-chief at bigleaguepolitics.com. And I was on there yesterday. And so since I was not able to, since I can't do an extra 30 minutes today, I'm going to show you guys the entire 2-hour broadcast of me on the Patrick Howley campaign show. So here it is, Tom Pappert on the campaign show with Patrick Howley. There you go, folks. Enjoy. All right, so we're going to go to, again, God wants you to wear a hat, like this one, perhaps. Make Frogs Straight Again, memesfroamerica.com. And also, we'll go to Make America Great Again by about a mile. There's the campaign show. I come on 30 minutes in, and I will see you lovely people tomorrow night, right back here, same time, same place. And I hate it when it freezes. I'm going to reinstall OBS. I'm sorry. Tom Pappert for God Emperor Trump Live.
God wants you to wear a hat. God wants you to wear a hat. God wants you to wear a hat. If you don't want to piss off God, remember that. You wear your hat. You wear your hat. You wear your hat. Why aren't you wearing a hat? You wear your hat. You wear your hat. You ain't a real religion if you ain't got a hat. You wear your hat. You wear your hat. How dare you be outside without a hat? Lightning, 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 lightning. Lightning, 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 lightning. Lightning, 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 lightning. You don't want to piss off God, remember that. God wants you to wear a hat. God wants you to wear a hat. God wants you to wear a hat. If you don't want to piss off God, remember that.
If we ever forget that we're one nation under God, then we will be a nation gone under.
I've been dreaming about a different place with one God, no religion, no war, no race. Just a bunch of people looking different but loving the same. With one heart, one soul, trying to make the world a better state. Let's get it back to the way that it was when we said a simple prayer saying your will be done, amen. Happy to have a hot meal in a warm bed. Now everyone wants to be God instead of trusting. Let's make America great again. America great again. Bow our hearts and lift our hands to the only one who can make America great again. Together we will stand. One nation under God. Make America great again. Do we really think we get very far with horoscopes instead of Bibles telling us who we are? Let's get down on our knees and take it back to the start when our country was blessed because a great God set us apart. And you may not like it, but that dollar that you spend even bows down to the God you should be putting your faith in. But we often serve the title made of paper instead. We should thank God for every day, every dime, every breath. Let's make America great again.